Hey guys, hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So this particular video is going to be little different than the usual videos which I post on this particular channel. Uh, See, the type of videos which were there on the channel are educational and they are content wise. They are more of chemistry related, right? So I just thought to start a new type of videos, a new type of series in which we will have some discussion. Okay, we'll have some discussion over those things which generally people don't talk about. Everybody talks about that how to prepare for the exam, what to do to get marks, or what are the topics which you should cover, like all those things. But what about after qualifying the exam? Okay, so what happens after qualifying the exam? So I just thought to make some videos regarding it. Okay, so this is going to be the first video of that, and I just thought to keep this very simple and just make videos every week. Okay, and one more thing before going into it anyway, I would just tell you that this video will not be entirely in English. This won't be 100% in English. I would use Hindi and English both. Okay, so this for this series videos only I'll be using both Hindi and English. But yeah, for all the other videos, they will be as they are in English, so they will stay in English on the channel, right? So it's just an experiment from my side for on this particular channel. I'm see, because the videos which I was making was quite monotonous, quite of the same type, so I just thought to change a little bit. I just want to make some changes and just see that how you guys are going to like it or not. Okay, so your feedback is going to decide whether this series will be extended or not. Okay, also one more thing that I just for now I just thought to make it to just name it as weekend discussion. If you have some other better name, please suggest that in the comment of this particular video. I would definitely take them as a suggestion, right? So today's video is going to be divided in certain points. I would be talking about GRF fellowship as such. I won't be talking about the exam and all, CSIR net and all, but I'll be just talking about the JRF fellowship. Okay, most of you are giving this exam to get JRF post or to qualify JRF. In order to, you all know the benefits of that. Qualifying JRF is going to give you fellowship and all. You should be aware about the reality, okay, that whether this particular fellowship is going to assist you financially and how effectively it is going to assist you. Okay, so I'll be just putting all the facts in front of you, and that's how this video is going to be all about. All right, so I'll just give you the timestamp in the description of this video. You can just go to a particular section of the video if you are more interested to watch that, right? So let's start with our video now. So I'll start from this, that what actually this JRF is. Now most of you might already aware about it, but probably there is some beginner or there are some beginners who are watching this video who are not aware about it. So let me tell you from the starting itself that what this JRF actually is. Now JRF is Junior Research Fellow, okay, or Junior Research Fellowship. A person who is getting JRF or a person who has joined PhD in the first and second year of his PhD is called as Junior Research Fellow. And the fellowship which government provides, if you qualify a certain exam, then that fellowship is called as Junior Research Fellowship. Okay, that's what the name is. Now what is the eligibility criteria or how you can get this particular fellowship? So to get this particular fellowship you have to qualify a particular exam. The name of that exam is CSIR UGC net. Now I'll talk about from the science perspective because the channel is for chemistry students, so I'll be more concerned about that part. There are other exam like for your non-science students, the exam is UGC net, I guess, NTA UGC net, but for science students the exam is CSIR UGC net or CSIR NTA net. Okay, so I'll be talking about the students who are from chemical sciences, physical sciences, life sciences, mathematical sciences and earth sciences. So if you belong to any of these subjects, you can continue watching this video. All right, so if you qualify this particular exam with a certain cutoff marks, you will be called as a JRF or a Junior Research Fellow, or you will be eligible for this JRF fellowship. Now what is that cutoff? Generally for this CSIR UGC net exam there are two cutoffs. One is for the LS exam and the other one is for JRF exam. The difference between the cutoff is usually 10 marks or 5 marks. It depends upon the subject as such, but yeah, there is a difference between them. Let's assume that for this exam there is 100 marks for your JRF cutoff for JRF and 90 marks cutoff for net, okay, or LS. So LS or net has a lower cutoff than JRF. Okay, if you get marks more than 100, because 100 was the cutoff for JRF, so if you get marks more than 100, then you are eligible to get this JRF fellowship. Okay, then in that case only you are eligible to get this JRF fellowship. What happens if your marks is between 90 to 100? That means more than the LS cutoff but less than the JRF cutoff. In that case, you will be considered as LS qualified or net qualified. In that case, you are not eligible for this fellowship. You will not get the fellowship, but you are eligible to apply as assistant professor and all those things. That is a different thing. We'll talk about that in certain other video, but we'll stick to the topic, okay, in this video. So yeah, if you qualify the exam with that certain amount of cutoff marks, then you will be called as a junior research fellow, and for that you will be eligible to get the fellowship. Now, from when the fellowship is going to start? So the fellowship is going to, look, there are two types of students basically who give this particular exam. Either the person is already enrolled somewhere in PhD, or he has just passed MSc and he is not enrolled into PhD. So if a student is already enrolled into PhD, in that case the fellowship will start from the day on which the result has been declared. Okay, so the date on which the result has been declared, it is mentioned in the JRF letter as such. So when you qualify, you get a JRF letter at your personal like permanent address. You get that by post. So in that JRF letter, it's mentioned key from which date it is going to start. So if you are already enrolled into PhD, you can just start your fellowship will start from the date on which the result is going to be announced. You just have to upgrade your fellowship in your institute. You have to give yes, I have qualified CSIR JRF, and now you can increase my fellowship. So that is a different thing. You can go to the admin block of your institute and you can just get through the process and your fellowship will get upgraded. Now, if you are a MSc passed student, you have not enrolled into PhD and you have qualified JRF earlier than that, then your fellowship will start from the date on which you will enroll into PhD. Okay, so understand this. For a student who has already been enrolled, his fellowship will start from the date on which the result has been declared. Okay, जिस दिन result आया उस दिन से fellowship start हो जाएगी उसकी. But अगर कोई एक स्टूडेंट है जिसने PhD में एनरोलमेंट नहीं किया है, जो अभी सिर्फ MSc पास्ड आउट है, JRF का एग्जाम क्वालिफाई कर लिया, तो उसकी फेलोशिप कब से स्टार्ट होगी? जब वो PhD में एडमिशन लेगा उस दिन से, जिस दिन वो रजिस्टर होगा PhD के लिए, उस दिन से उसकी फेलोशिप स्टार्ट होगी. ऑलराइट, टेन्योर क्या है? टेन्योर क्या है इस फेलोशिप का? कब तक मिलेगी ये फेलोशिप? सो ये फेलोशिप 5 साल मिलती है 2+3 के फॉर्म में. 2+3 का फॉर्म मीन्स फॉर द फर्स्ट 2 years you will be getting JRF fellowship, junior research fellowship. For other 3 years you will get SRF, that is senior research fellowship. So in that case your fellowship will be increased by a certain amount. Alright, so JRF से SRF में upgrade होते हैं student in the 3rd year of their PhD. जब वो 3rd year में जाते हैं, वो अपने आप को एक रिपोर्ट देनी होती है, and with that report, with the satisfactory अगर वो रिपोर्ट सेटिस्फैक्ट्री पाई जाती है, आपके DRC मेंबर, आपके सुपरवाइजर, आपका डीन, ये सारे लोग इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, अगर ये रिपोर्ट सेटिस्फैक्ट्री होती है, देन यू आर अपग्रेडेड फॉर SRF, राइट? नाउ, how much amount does a JRF candidate get? So I think by far you already know about it, but yeah, let me tell you that it is 31,000 rupees per month. Okay, 31,000 rupees per month as a JRF fellowship. Once you upgrade to SRF, it will become 35,000, right? So this is the amount which you get per month. Apart from this amount, you also get contingency. Contingency is the amount which government provides you so that you can purchase your like lab related equipments or certain personal equipments which are used in your research. Okay, अगर तुम्हारे पास कोई stationery का सामान लेना है, या if you want certain instrument जो कि छोटा सा instrument है जो तुम्हारे research में helpful होगा, so if you want to purchase that, so for that government provides you contingency, right? So contingency amount is 12,000 per year. So for 1 year, for a JRF candidate, you get 12,000 rupees to spend as a contingency. Fine. So right, so contingency is 12,000 per year and fellowship is 31,000 per month. Now एक और चीज है, that is HRA, House and Rental Allowance. Now ये उनको मिलता है, this is given to those candidates who don't stay in the hostel. So if you have taken PhD admission and you don't stay in the hostel, you have your own accommodation or you stay outside of the campus, in that case you can apply for HRA. HRA is given to you around 6 to 7,000 depending upon the city. Generally I think for CSIR JRF it's 6,000. All right, so that's the amount which you are going to get for HRA. 6,000 is the amount. Next thing, let's talk about that how many types of JRF basically are. So बेसिकली इफ यू क्वालिफाई सिंगल एग्जाम, ओके, द एग्जाम इज सिंगल, एक ही एग्जाम है, CSIR UGC नेट या CSIR NTA नेट, इस एग्जाम को आप क्वालिफाई करते हो विद JRF कट ऑफ, इन दैट केस you can be either CSIR JRF or you can be UGC JRF. Now what this CSIR JRF and UGC JRF is, okay, so basically दोनों ही सेम है, both are actually same in all the aspect, both of them are same. It's just that the funding agency is different, okay, जो एजेंसी आपको फंड कर रही है, जो आपको पैसे दे रही है, जो आपको फेलोशिप दे रही है हर मंथ, वो एजेंसी अलग अलग है, राइट? So for CSIR JRF the funding agency is CSIR, for UGC JRF the funding agency is UGC. ऑलराइट, नाउ इसका बहुत बड़ा इम्पैक्ट पड़ता है आपके फ्रीक्वेंसी पर कि जो आप मनी आपको मिल रही है. वन मोर थिंग आई वांट टू मेक इट वेरी क्लियर कि कोई भी डिफरेंस नहीं है CSIR JRF और UGC JRF में. बोथ आर ट्रीटेड इक्वली एंड बोथ आर डिसाइडेड रैंडमली. तो ऐसा नहीं है. अर्लियर इट वॉज सेड कि देर आर लॉट ऑफ मिसकंसेप्शन एक्चुअली. मैनी पीपल थिंक कि those who will get higher rank they will be CSIR JRF and those who will get lower rank they will be UGC JRF, बट ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. दिस इज डिसाइडेड रैंडमली कि कौन CSIR JRF होगा, कौन UGC JRF होगा, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन दोनों फंडिंग एजेंसी के पास कितनी सीट्स हैं उस पर. ऑलराइट, सो ये रैंडमली डिसाइड होता है. नाउ इट इज प्योरली ऑन योर लक कि आप पहले तो आप कट ऑफ को क्वालिफाई करो, ओके, यू विल क्वालिफाई द कट ऑफ, देन इट इज प्योरली ऑन योर लक कि आपको CSIR JRF मिलेगा या UGC JRF मिलेगा. यू कैन नॉट डिसाइड, ये आपके हाथ में नहीं है. यू कैन नॉट ऑप्ट फॉर दिस. इट इज by far when you will get the result, at that time you will get to know कि okay मुझे CSIR JRF मिला है या UGC JRF मिला है. दोनों में अमाउंट में या किसी भी चीज़ में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है. सिर्फ फर्क किसमें पड़ता है, फ्रीक्वेंसी जिसमें आपको मनी मिल रही है, ठीक है. सो जो मोड ऑफ पेमेंट है जिसमें आपको वो अमाउंट मिलता है पर मंथ, दैट इज DBT, दैट इज डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट ट्रांसफर, in which the amount is directly transferred to your बैंक अकाउंट. आपके डायरेक्टली बैंक अकाउंट में वो पैसे आते हैं, राइट. नाउ द थिंग इज कि इफ यू आर गेटिंग द मनी डायरेक्टली इन योर बैंक अकाउंट, देन व्हाट्स द डिफरेंस? द डिफरेंस इज दैट ऑन व्हाट फ्रीक्वेंसी यू आर गेटिंग. फॉर द करंट सिनेरियो, अभी जो सिनेरियो है, जो इस टाइम मैं वीडियो रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ और अभी इस पूरे मंथ में या इस पूरे ईयर में जो सिनेरियो रहा है, उसमें UGC JRF और UGC फेलोशिप्स आर more frequent as compared to the CSIR fellowships. It's not like they are not going to give you money. Frequency means UGC JRFs are getting money every month, okay, or probably 1 month delayed or like that, okay, but they are quite frequently getting the amount. CSIR fellows जो हैं उनकी fellowship काफ़ी अटक के मिलती है. They are getting after 3 month gap or let's say 4 month gap, even 6 month का gap हो जाता है fellowship मिलने में. अब ऐसा नहीं है कि योर मनी विल बी टेकन आउट और तुम्हें पैसे नहीं मिलेंगे, ऐसा नहीं. यू विल बी गेटिंग द कंप्लीट फेलोशिप एंड इट्स बिकॉज द फेलोशिप इज गिवन टू यू टू असिस्ट यू फाइनेंशियली, सो दैट फाइनेंशियली तुम स्टेबल रहो, राइट, और तुम रिसर्च पे ध्यान दे पाओ. बट होता क्या है कि व्हेन यू गेट दिस मनी इन अ पर्टिकुलर गैप, लेट्स से 6 मंथ या 3 मंथ्स, या लाइक जब तुम्हारे पैसे अटक के मिलते हैं, इन दैट केस दिस इज़ वेरी डिस्टर्बिंग फॉर अ स्टूडेंट. ओके, आई हैव मैनी फ्रेंड्स जो CSIR JRF हैं और जो बहुत फ्रस्ट्रेटेड रहते हैं जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट कि उनकी फेलोशिप टाइमली नहीं मिलती. इससे होता ये है कि दे हैव टू मैनेज विथ वॉट एवर मनी दे हैव फॉर द 6 मंथ इन विच दे आर, लेट्स से फॉर द 3 मंथ्स दे हैव नॉट गॉट द फेलोशिप. सो 3 मंथ्स में उन्हें अपने पैसे मैनेज करने हैं, और जैसे उनको 3 मंथ के पैसे एक साथ मिलेंगे 4th मंथ में, बिकॉज यू विल ऑब्वियसली गेट द मनी, सो दैट 3 मंथ गैप, after that 3 month gap you are going to get that 3 month money collectively, so you will get around 90,000 something. So if you get that amount collectively, तो होता ये है कि उस टाइम पे क्योंकि पैसे काफ़ी आते हैं, बहुत से बच्चे खर्च देते हैं उसको, ठीक है, बिकॉज एवरीबडी डज नॉट हैव दैट मच एबिलिटी टू मैनेज मनी और टू हाउ टू यूटिलाइज इट, राइट. सो ऐसा होता है. आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग यू द जनरल थिंग विच जनरली पीपल फेस एंड यू शुड बी अवेयर अबाउट इट. नाउ यही एक बहुत बड़ा डिफरेंस क्रिएट करता है CSIR JRF में और UGC JRF में. UGC JRF की पैसे जब फेलोशिप you are getting like with a good frequency or every month when you are getting, you are quite stable with that, you are quite happy with that, you can financially help your family also, you can support your family also, and in that way you can take care of yourself also, right. but ये frequency जैसे ही बिगड़ती है, ये frequency जैसे ही खराब होती है, especially for CSIR JRF, in that case it becomes difficult to manage, it becomes difficult to financially support the family, and the things goes wrong. Okay, so ये चीज़ बहुत क्लियर होनी चाहिए आप लोगों को कि JRF है, इट इज़ देयर टू फाइनेंशियली सपोर्ट यू, इट इज़ देयर टू फाइनेंशियली असिस्ट यू। ये इसीलिए था, इसीलिए बनाया गया है ताकि एक जब स्टूडेंट जब वो PhD ज्वाइन करता है, इसकी एज अराउंड 24 प्लस होती है, 23 या 22 प्लस होती है। सो इन दैट पर्टिकुलर एज इट इज़ एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम पेरेंट्स एंड फैमिली दैट यू आर गोइंग टू सपोर्ट देम, राइट। सो ये फेलोशिप इसीलिए बनाई गई थी, ये फेलोशिप इसीलिए दी जाती है ताकि आप फैमिली को फाइनेंशियली सपोर्ट कर पाओ। बट बिकॉज ऑफ इरेगुलरिटी, बिकॉज ऑफ low frequency, or because of these kind of fellows, like irregularity in the fellowship, a research scholar is not totally satisfied with it. Okay, so वो frustrated रहता है, depressed रहता है, परेशान रहता है, right? So ये सारी कुछ चीज़ें जो पता होनी चाहिए आप लोगों को before joining for PhD. So PhD तो ज्वाइन करनी है, आप सब लोग PhD के लिए ज्वाइन करने के लिए पढ़ रहे हो. So right, you all are like aiming for this. You all might be aiming for doing PhD. You should be aware about that, whether this fellowship is going to be continuous or it's going to be regular or not, right? और भी बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं which we will discuss in this particular series. अगर कोई ऐसा कोई टॉपिक है which you want me to discuss for the next week or for the next video, you can just pin that down in the comment section below. I will definitely take that into consideration if it would be a topic of discussion, right? What do you think about it? And if you have any thought, if I made any mistake while recording the video, or if I made any mistake in the any of the fact, you can just tell me in the comments. But yeah, I have just tried to mention all the things which I know on this particular perspective, right? So many of you were asking me कि sir JRF fellowship कैसे मिलती है, HRA क्या है, and all those things. So I just tried to convey all these things in a single video, right? Do let me know what you think about these type of videos, whether shall I continue with it or not, should we discuss more topics as such or not, and your feedback are very valuable for me, right? So that's all from my side, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Bye bye.